Just right here on the Captain TV studios. Yes, I have two amazing gentlemen with me on the show today. I have a medical doctor, but he still finds time to love and support his club, Manchester United. He's none other than Dr. Sam Nwosu. Good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Good afternoon. It's nice to be on the show.
Nice to have you here. I also have my very good friend, Cyprian Akomaye, aka our very own sports blogger. Good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Good afternoon. Always a pleasure to be here.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Well, it's a brand new week and I'm super duper excited to be back here talking sports. Yes, it was a good weekend for so many clubs, but not so good for the likes of Real Madrid and Chelsea. But I don't know if we should go straight to talking about Chelsea. Let's just analyze the weekend's game. Now, for Manchester United, they struggled to beat Burnley, but they got 3 points, which was the most important thing to do. Now, I want you guys to react to Manchester United's victory over Burnley. Let me start with you, Cyprian.
Style of play, abysmal. 3 points, well done. That's all I have to say.
That's all you can say.
It was really bad.
Was it that awful watching it?
It was really awful.
I think it was quite boring watching it.
I'm glad we got the 3 points.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, we were crushed by Burnley, just that they couldn't score.
But I think Burnley's pattern
at one point it was 90. At one point it was 83-27 ball possession. Burnley 83. Manchester United 27.
Wow.
It's not good enough.
No, Burnley has always had a style of play which is always they want to defend. If it's just Mourinho call it 1920 football. But in the midst of the defense, they managed to hold Manchester United. I don't understand. What's happening with United?
Burnley, they don't defend.
Okay.
They will come, let's play football. But the problem is they don't know how to convert chances.
Okay.
Possession wise, they are very brilliant. I think Company got that from his mentor Guardiola. Okay, so when it comes to possession, style of play, very good. But then in the final third, that is when they are always found wanting. They don't know how to convert these chances. Now, as good as they were in possession that day, they never really threatened United. Okay, Onana was virtually sleeping. He made some saves, but they didn't really threaten him. Okay?
All right.
So possession-wise, they were good, but they didn't do the needful. And United were good with that. Okay, they converted their chances very well. Okay, and they made them to pay for it.
The past 2 weeks has not been good for Andre Onana. He has been in the eyes of the storm. But this weekend, nobody complained about his performance. Now let me hear from you. Let me hear from you, Doctor. Your thoughts on Onana.
Okay, Onana. I wouldn't want to be in Onana's shoe right now because he's being, how do I put it? He's completely under strict scrutiny.
Okay.
Leaving that, occupying that position that David De Gea left is another issue. And remember, some of these fans are David De Gea's fans.
Okay.
So they will be chronic fault finders. Our defense is not good enough.
Yeah.
And any defense that is exposed like ours will have the keeper shipping in a lot of goals.
Okay.
Onana has his faults, obviously, but I think our defense is bad. Our midfield for now it's porous. Anybody can run through our midfield. You have a 34-year-old Brazilian doing all the work. He's trying his best, but what are others contributing? The person he's pivoting with in the double 4 position, or let's say double DM position, what are they bringing to the table? The only time some people brought something to the table was Burnley.
Okay.
The young guy, the young Tunisian,
Hannibal
that was used. And then Scott was more of a passenger, although Scott was more of a passenger.
Abysmal throughout that match from beginning to, and he played 90 minutes.
But he was more of a, but at least Hannibal did a lot of job, and we were able to a little bit limit Burnley. If you didn't have that help coming from that Hannibal, then it would have been easier for them to run through. And then remember, you played the Burnley that their main striker wasn't available.
Okay.
So what does that mean? It means that their chances of scoring will not be effectively utilized. Then Onana wasn't tried much. The few times he was tried, he lived up to expectation to an extent. But when you open up a goalkeeper that way, then he will score much. You will concede much goals. Onana is not excellent as short stopping like David De Gea.
At all.
But the modern way of playing football, he's better.
Than
Currently,
David.
yes. Why do you think? Okay, David is good. David, I used to be, or I'm still a fan of David, but the past 2 years he's had some issues. Possibly because he's aging.
Yeah, I think age caught up with him.
Possibly because football is living the era of only shot stopping.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because now De Gea is a free agent, and nobody has taken him.
Yes.
So if he's that good as we still believe, he's good, he's very good, but he's not as good as he used to be. If he had been as good as he used to be, I don't think Real Madrid will go for Kepa and leave a free transfer.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense
A
completely.
Spanish free transfer.
It can also go to maybe the Saudi Pro League. That seems to
But
be
why are
like.
they not coming?
Why are
That
they
is
not
the question.
coming for
I think there's some things that's wrong.
If it's money, if it's about his wages, the Saudi Pro League, they can match it. They can even better it.
They're not paying any
That means
transfer
there's
fee.
something wrong with the
Yeah, there's
DGM.
something-
They're not paying
Yes.
any transfer fee.
The
So
money
the
they
money
put
they
back.
should use for any transfer fee will now be used for the wages.
Salary, yes.
The normal economies.
Yeah.
So I think there might be something. Either he doesn't want to go to the Saudi Pro League, either he wants a big club, or
Okay.
there is something we don't know
Well,
about the analysis. Other coaches will look at and be like, no, I don't want. The gear is not my major priority.
I mean, if you can have him for free, in a club like, let's say,
And I think-
Brighton or
He
even
wants to be a
Burnley.
second goalkeeper.
Okay, I think that's the problem.
another
The
thing.
fact that he wouldn't want to be a second
Yes,
goalkeeper,
he wants to
I think
be
that might
number
be
one.
the.
Yes.
But we want to use him as a number one when there are younger lads there to play the beautiful game.
There should be.
That
I
means
think there's
go to
something-
the Saudi Pro League. I think that's the only league where he can get that kind of opportunity. In Europe right now, I don't think there's any club that would like to.
The young clubs in EPL. Let me use the word. The clubs
Luton
are just-
Town?
Luton Town.
Okay.
He won't want
Did
to
he
go
want to go to
Town.
Luton?
Nope, he wouldn't.
Which other club? I know Burnley will not take him because of Burnley's style of play.
Okay.
Which other club apart from Luton Town? There's another club that just
Bournemouth,
Bournemouth,
Sheffield United,
Sheffield
Nottingham
United.
Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
No, Nottingham Forest.
They already
no.
have Henderson. from
Nottingham
United.
Okay.
Forest will not take him, but I think the others you just called will take him. But the question is, does he want to? There are 2 or 3 sides to a transfer. If you are with a club, your club, the club that wants to get you,
Yeah.
and you as a player.
Okay.
Now you only have 2 sides to this transfer: David De Gea and the club that wants, the prospective club that wants to take him. Is he accepting the club?
Okay.
And then is the club coming for him? There should be agreement between these 2 before a transfer can happen for him.
And I think for now that is not happening, so he has to keep resting and relaxing. Maybe when it comes, he goes. Anyways, let's talk about another team. And I'm sure you guys want to talk about Chelsea. Now Chelsea. Now Chelsea has lost their lost 3 games this season.
Yeah, 3
Drawn 2 and 1.
1.
That's poor.
3-2-1.
And we lost to West Ham, Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa. The only team we managed to beat this season is Luton Town. It doesn't tell good about Chelsea. So let me start with you, Doctor, because I'm sure you have a lot to say about Chelsea. So let's start with you. What is the problem with Chelsea?
Quality without harmony.
Oh, makes sense.
There is quality. There is ambition, obviously.
Okay.
There is the will. But harmony and organization is 0. You don't just wake up one morning and change the whole squad. You can't wake up and start buying 10, 15, 20 players
Yes.
within a year or
This money.
It's not about the money.
I feel like they feel like
Buy well.
they felt they had the money and they want to do a complete sweep.
okay.
And that-
so
that- but that-
what-
And
that's
they are
structure?
paying dearly for it right now.
What structure do you have to fix? You are it's like putting, what do they call it? You're putting a round object
Okay.
in a square box. It can't enter. Okay, who are you buying? You bought all these players, you don't have an out striker.
Striker. Yeah, that's the problem.
Jackson is like a masher. He's good with the ball, obviously, but he's not a goal poacher. And you want to score goals. Okay, you have Sterling, you have Modric, you have Moneke, you have
Chukwuemeka.
you have Chukwuemeka.
Lavia.
Lavia is not.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you are buying a Palmer.
I think that's the problem you have, though, Palmer.
You are buying. How do I put? I want to use medical terms. You are getting paracetamol, Panadol, Panadol Extra for the same headache.
Oh, okay. That's one angle.
You get where I'm coming from. Maybe you are buying ibuprofen, diclofenac, indomethacin for 1 pen. You are doing the same thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
So sometimes it even will be detrimental. You are taking the same medication. It will. So let's go back to football. You need a striker. You go out there, you have the money. You go out there and get yourself one. Okay. You need a DM. Who is a natural? Which natural DM do you have in Chelsea? Natural. Don't tell me Lavia. Lavia just plays in a pivot. He's not a natural. He's not a sitting DM.
Caicedo.
Okay.
Caicedo is not a sitting DM. Enzo is not a. In fact, some Chelsea fans were like, we have Caicedo. It will enable Enzo to drive.
We had
Where has he been driving to? He has had only one win since he came to Chelsea. One.
Me, and that's around me last year. Against the current Premier League team.
That's sad.
That's sad.
That's quite alarming.
Apart from this Luton that you guys they were not there. So let's just say two. One, a newly promoted side.
And
I think Chelsea's problem is becoming more spiritual than we can even explain right now, because it's looking as though it's hopeless to even talk about it.
It's structural. Okay, you're getting a second choice Brighton goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And then you are shipping out your first choice.
I mean, a Champions League winner, Kepa Arrizabalaga. Why do you let him go on loan and bring in?
And
I don't understand.
Even now, your best defender is Silva. Even now, let's be sincere.
And Silva is old.
Silva is not usually fit.
And Silva is not young anymore.
He's not young anymore. So you can't build a team.
And then you want to play three at the back. You have two French defenders that are not quick.
Okay.
And you're playing three at the back, meaning that your wing backs are overlapping. And then your best defender is also not quick because of age. And then the one that is quick is still young. The first time he played Premiership, your academy player, I've forgotten his name, was
Chalobah.
Not Chalobah.
Mount?
I don't know, the defender.
Wall.
Yeah. No, Wall is off. Wall is off to Newcastle.
Okay.
This young guy that came from Brighton. Colwill is good. I believe he's good. But I think Brighton last season was the first time he participated significantly in Premiership. Now you bring him back. You're bringing him back with Silva. Wonderful. I think that is good. But since you want to play three defenders at the back, who is this third person?
Okay.
You should surround Silva with people that can run. So Colwill, Chalobah, Silva. The other two French defenders, I'm not very sure what they are doing there. I'm not very sure. But I know a lot of Chelsea fans will not want to agree with me. But if you play those other two with Silva, it's going to be a big mess when the others overlap. Okay, how do I put it? You have a Saka.
Yeah.
Running at Silva with someone like Gabriel Jesus trying to make out space to get the pass. And then you have Odegaard waiting to get the cut back. Because your players, they've all overlapped. Who is in that sitting position? Who is playing the four?
No, that's a good analysis. But let me hear from you, CY.
The situation with Chelsea right now is sometimes ago I said on this show that it's about too many cooks in one kitchen. Okay. Now these guys are really going to need a lot of time and a good structure and style of play to adapt to. If there is no particular style of play for them to, like, there's no template for them to work with, everybody will just be freestyling. Okay. And like somebody said that Yahoo boys.
They were in modern King, Lavia, Chukwemeka.
Like,
I can't even remember their names.
So the thing is right now, Pochettino has to do more. He has to do more. He has a lot of work to do.
So earlier like you said Pochettino was not the right man for the job. Maybe we could have brought in someone like Carlo Ancelotti.
I believe so.
Jose Mourinho too?
No.
Jose.
Jose Mourinho is a no for
I'm
me.
a Jose fan.
Okay,
but
not Jose.
No.
So the likes
Honestly.
of Carlo Ancelotti, who's another experienced manager out there. We don't have them plenty. We have young
You
managers.
want to go
now.
and guide Roy Hodgson?
Maybe. Maybe help us survive relegation. I mean, he has done that plenty.
Or Sam Allardyce?
Or maybe.
No.
It's not bad.
For a footballing project like Chelsea's, you don't need coaches like Sam Allardyce.
I think Pochettino is kind of good.
Pochettino is good.
He's good, but
he's
with
experienced.
Chelsea give him that time.
I don't know.
That Chelsea
that time
Because
is
already
good.
people are already saying he might just be out of his job soon.
Maybe if he continues this way,
If he continues
by
it,
January,
He-
he'll be off.
Chelsea doesn't have time. They just want to hit the ground running all the time, and that's one thing they should learn. There are some times when you're about to rebuild, it takes time, and I don't think Chelsea have the luxury to.
The thing
That's
is,
not Chelsea's modus operandi.
That's it. Chelsea doesn't have time for
it's
rebuilding.
like now, if he wins today, this weekend,
Yeah.
and loses next weekend, and then wins. Like with that, you know that at least he's picking little points. It's picking
But this one
points.
you're losing.
This one
You're losing.
consecutively.
It's alarming.
The way it's going. If they don't, if it's not, I think it was only the first match of the season that they won.
No,
Was it?
we actually drew.
Okay, the second game
It
of
was
the season.
the second game
Since
where we
then,
played
they have not
Luton.
won any
No, I
match.
think the second was West Ham, which we lost.
Yes,
Then the third
one.
was Luton Town,
Like,
and we won that particular.
he's running
encounter.
out of time. He's running out of time at a very fast rate.
And he's losing it because
In
you know.
Pochettino's defense,
Okay.
he's trying to pass a message, but he's not consistently getting the same type of people to start the match with while passing the message.
Now let's talk about injury problems, injury crisis in Chelsea.
Yeah,
The
injury.
list of injured players is something
It's
alarming.
something else. It's bad.
I think every season we have the same problem, and I feel like this is the time to just let that problem go. That's Reece James. I don't know why they gave him the captain handbag. In my opinion, they could have given it to Thiago Silva because he's currently the best player in Chelsea right now. But they gave it to Reece James that's always getting injured. Season by season, we are trying to do well. Chelsea starts, doing good. And the next thing, Thiago is injured. And his injuries are not like a week or two. They're like 10 months.
Yeah, and
How do we cope with that?
James, right?
Yes.
I think he's not being managed effectively. He might be a little bit injury prone more than others, but was he this injury prone over the years?
I think he was. He only got better with Thomas Tuchel, but then again,
So what was Thomas Tuchel doing?
Doing.
What was the arrangement between Thomas Tuchel, the medical team, and the staff for him to stay fit?
okay.
Rumor had it that some players, then Van Persie in Manchester United, there are some rumor that there are some drills he doesn't participate in just to stay fit.
Okay.
There was a time Mourinho was like, when Mourinho bought Sanchez, he's going to tell Rojo not to kick him so much. He made that joke. So that means some players need special handling when
Yeah.
it comes to injury. So how is this young man being managed?
Okay, that's a question.
There was a time Real Madrid was trying to lure him.
Yeah.
If he's not that good and consistent, Real Madrid will not come close. So how is he being managed?
No, James is a great.
He's a good player.
He's a good
very
player. Great at
You
that.
are
Defensively,
complaining
with the-
about James and you are buying Nkunku.
Now that's another problem. Season has not even started. He's already injured, and I feel like if Nkunku had started this season with the partnership of Nicholas Jackson, we will have gotten more goals. Now, Erling Haaland has scored 8+ goals this season, and the entire Chelsea team has not even scored up to 6 goals.
Yes,
And it's
yes.
a problem.
And that's without De Bruyne.
That's without
Without
De
De
Bruyne,
Bruyne,
yes. And now without Rodri, because next week, no Rodri for them. And it's alarming. Well, while Pochettino is doing badly for Chelsea, his former club, Tottenham, seem to be getting it right under the Australian, Ange Postecoglou. What do you think Tottenham is doing better this season?
I think they are doing well.
Yeah?
We have to give them that thumbs up. Okay, but then they may not still make it to the Champions League spot. Though with the new Champions League rule, it's now 5 teams that will qualify for England. But let's see anyway. But they may just sneak into 5th. But I know they will
That
come.
5th, you have to fight for it then.
Yeah, they will come. They will still come a little bit. They will not remain where they are. They will still come a little bit.
I mean, regardless of it, they're still better
They are
than
doing well.
Chelsea.
They are doing well right now. Even better than Manchester United.
Obviously. Now, let's talk about Liverpool. Now, some people have come out to say that I'm the only manager in England right now that can give what's his name? Pep Guardiola, yeah, a run for his money has to be Jurgen Klopp. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, history has shown it to be true.
Okay.
Over time, we've seen that the only manager in EPL that has actually done it, apart from the time Guardiola came in newly, Conte did his thing before he left. It's only Klopp, because the points, the numbers that City come up with, they are always crazy. And then Liverpool, they have this mentality, the character, the structure to stay focused till the end of the season. They are always there. They are always giving City a run for their money. It's only, to be sincere, as it stands now, it's only Liverpool. Arsenal, depth, quality. But last season, they shot themselves. Because it wasn't the games they lost against Man City wasn't the reason they didn't win the league.
No, it wasn't.
It was they trade consistent comebacks from their opponents. 2-0, Liverpool came back. I think 2-0, West Ham came back. There was another 2-0 that another team came back from. Those games were the major problem.
And that is the character that they are lacking right now. That is the character.
Who did they get to build? Which players did they get to build the character? They got depth, but which players did they get?
Yeah.
Rice hasn't been in that situation.
But Rice is trying, if you check his performance.
But when it comes to that point, he has not been in that situation before.
Okay.
How is he going to handle the heat? Havertz.
Now
somebody was saying that.
That says it all.
Somebody was saying that Kai Havertz is supposed to be a Carabao Cup player for Arsenal, not
a Premier League player.
Now Arsenal needs a striker, apart from Gabriel Jesus.
Yes, they need it. Yes, they do.
And why are you buying Havertz? Why?
I mean, they had the money they wanted to spend. Maybe Chelsea tricked them into buying Havertz, because I don't even understand why they bought him.
Did you watch the match yesterday? They were losing the midfield battle in the second half.
Okay.
Especially immediately Rice left. They said Rice got a knock and he had to leave.
Yes, he actually got a knock.
And then they brought in
Jorginho.
Another Chelsea player.
Jorginho came.
No, guys, that's a Champions League winner.
Chelsea virus.
And he won the UEFA
European Footballer of the Year.
You said it all.
So let's give him that respect.
I'm always skeptical about Jorginho in any physical game.
Okay.
The only game that he proved me wrong last season was Newcastle. When I saw Jorginho, I was like, Jorginho ahead of Partey. What is this guy thinking? But he did very well. When I still saw him against Tottenham, I was like, there is no option. He has to be the one. But because these guys, Tottenham, they were very physical.
No, Tottenham is very
fit. They are very.
I don't know what their manager is doing.
And they are escaping from this injury crisis. They are escaping from it.
They had one Nigerian. So
yes. What's this boy's name?
Ugoji or something.
Destiny Udoji.
Then they had Sa. Then they had this guy from Brighton,
Bissouma. Like Bissouma this season has been
in
a
the
revelation.
midfield.
That guy
and then who is Sheldon Odegaard? Jorginho.
Who?
Sheldon Odegaard.
Now that's a problem.
Odegaard being shielded by Jorginho. It will be difficult. So this guy got the midfield. This guy's got the, and then equalizing that goal 96 seconds immediately after conceding was a confidence booster for Tottenham, but it actually brought Arsenal psychologically down. And then the way they considered that goal was from a silly mistake.
I mean, that's in North London derby. I didn't expect anything less. Do you understand?
Drama.
I don't think Arsenal will have gone there and picked up all 3 points.
Brought in Havertz.
And that was the icing of the cake. Well, guys, our time is fast spent. So while Boniface was busy breaking so many records and scoring goals for Bayer Leverkusen, his fellow Nigerian, Victor Osimhen, missed a penalty, and he had a bit of an altercation with his manager, Rudy Garcia. So quickly before we go, I want you to react to that.
It happens.
Okay.
One off. It's just one off.
Okay.
Just one off.
But do you think he'll beat himself up that maybe I should have?
There's no player that will miss a penalty.
not scored. Like maybe I could have left the club.
Napoli.
Because Spalletti is no longer there, and I think he's the reason why he scored so many
like
goals.
I said some time ago
on
this show, if Osimhen can get up to 15 goals this season,
it's going to be hard.
He's still going to get that amount of recognition. that he got last season, the clubs will still come rushing. If he can get up to 15.
Do you agree with him quickly?
US 94, Roberto Baggio missed a penalty
Yes.
in the final.
Yes, he did.
And Roberto Baggio didn't stop being Roberto Baggio.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, that's
So
it.
it's just one off. It's
Osimhen
just one
cannot
off.
stop
It
being
happens.
Osimhen.
That's all I needed
It
to hear.
happens. It happens.
So he can still go
Yes.
for that big money
Yes.
move to Saudi
Yes.
Arabia. Well, I still believe he could have, helped Chelsea with all this problem of not scoring goals. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. That's what you can take on the show. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being on the show. Thank you, CY.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to our amazing viewers and the people behind the scene. But let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I remain dearest Mba. To have a wonderful day.